Good evening, everyone. So happy to see you all. Welcome to another NU and NIS Alumni Talks in Almaty. Today's topic is one that every person here has lived through, is voices unheard. We all have moments when our ideas stay unspoken, when we hesitate to step forward, when we quietly carry dreams no one knows about, but unheard doesn't mean unimportant. And tonight is about giving space to those quieter stories, the ones that shape us long before anyone notices. Before we dive in, let's warm up a bit. So I just want to know who we have here. Who's the first time here today joining us? Okay, nice. Can I ask, please, what's your name?
Karim.
Nice.
Karim.
What's your name?
Hi everyone, I'm Leila. I'm a new graduate from 2019, ID 2014.
Thank you so much. So maybe other question. What has been your favorite music this week? Anyone?
To open my Apple Music. Let's say the last song which I listened before I came here, it was Where Have You Been by Rihanna.
So you're having this vibe, right? Okay. What about you? Will you share with us?
I think I liked Turkish music, really. Tarkan. I'm listening all the week.
Good. What about you?
Well, I like electronic music. Yep. And interesting fact, I've been DJing during my studies at Nazarbayev University. Yep. I graduated from Nazarbayev University, and also I finished NIS Astana IB 2020. 2020.
So happy, guys, that you are today with us. Okay, so it was a little bit of ice breaking between each other, right? So, which is good. Tonight, we have 4 wonderful speakers who will show us how unheard voices can become powerful path, unexpected achievements, and honest reflections. Our first speaker, so someone whose inner world is so rich that she sometimes gets completely hypnotized by her own thoughts to the point where people think she's ignoring them, you know. But her friends know she's simply like, you know, traveling in her mind. She's also a gamer. And not just casually, she recently became the Almaty regional champion in mobile Dota. You know? So, please welcome Aruzhan Makhambetova. She is also NIS and NU alumna with her talk today, When Every Door is Open, Finding My Path in a World of Possibilities.
Today my speech is about how I find my path when every door is open. When I studied at school, I expected my adult life to be like this, like a lot of travels, Forbes 30 under 30, a lot of money, and running marathons, and I mean, kind of successful life. And this is something that it looks like now, a little bit exaggerated, but true. To begin my speech, I just want to a little bit talk about my background. I always have been an A student and kind of was good at every subject. Of course, I had interest in technical subjects, but anyways, the same is about my studies at Nazarbayev University. I basically got A's at most of the subjects, and might seem that might be a good thing to achieve, but it also comes with problems like, well, when I'm so good and in many subjects and I have so many interests and skills, what should I do? Yeah, so along with my studies at the university, I was also doing some businesses. I was working, for example, in summer 2019, I was selling educational books in the US, door to door. And I have met over 5,000 families and sold my books for 200 families. Then I became a manager at this company and was recruiting students for this internship and coaching them for the whole year. And next, it was already quarantine, and unfortunately, I couldn't get to the US again, but I was working as a sales manager in US and Canada B2B services, and I was selling services online using CRM. And the next year, I was doing businesses by selling goods on marketplaces such as Wildberries, and I guess it was kind of successful because I made like 10 million tenge in 2 months in 2021. Yeah, and when I finished the university, I was still doing different kind of businesses, and that's the point when I got stuck. I had so many paths to choose in my life. Like I didn't know. Should I do business and continue doing the traditional businesses, or should I do my master's degree as many of my peers did, or should I choose to work in corporate, or to get married and have a family, etc. And I guess that might be something that many of us could get stuck on. And I actually have been in this state for like a year or two and couldn't choose anything. And I was, when my friends were getting admissions for Livy Ike or having, building their careers in corporate job, I was still like doing some freelance jobs, and I was looking for my peers, and I was like, well, I guess I should kind of stuck on something and just build a career or something in this field. Yes, and if so, what should I choose? Like, even if I chosen a career, yes, should I do it in like Big 3, Big 4, consulting, or in finance, or in tech? If I have chosen master's degree, then what major? And if I have chosen business, then which one, actually? The thing that I didn't really like about my business is I was working in dusty places, in markets, with all of the stuff. And when my friends, most of my friends were working like in really nice and luxury offices, and I was really jealous of them. And I thought, well, that's not really something that I want to do for my whole life. And yeah, even if I earned a lot of money in that, I just thought that I'm not using all of my potential and that I can do something maybe better and bigger. Yeah, so the main issue was if I have chosen one path, what if I choose wrong? I was always kind of looking somewhere else, and it's like the neighbor's grass is greener. Yes, it was about case for me. So what I did is just stop thinking, stop overthinking everything, and just try. I tried everything, I guess. most of the things that I mentioned in the last 5 years, and yeah, come up to solutions that mostly life is not about a straight line with, it might be something very messy like this, and I can't say that I'm in the end of the path. I might be still discovering what should I do and what's best to choose. And I guess it's okay too. Now I look, and for example, for my friends, and they might be already like in senior or managing positions, or they might finish already some master's degree. And at some point, I was like, well, what did I achieve? Yeah. Yeah. For this, I just come to be a product manager right now. I mean, I could change it, but for now, it's something that connects tech, it's something that connects business and people, and I really kind of like it. But in the future, I think I want to do some startups and businesses. Yeah, so what helped me to decide? Firstly, just to explore, connect with people, network. Secondly, to stack skills, to learn a lot, and then the main important thing is to act, to try, not just overthink. So, yeah, you don't need a perfect plan. Sometimes you just need a next step, and clearance often comes after the action, after the step you have taken. Yeah, that's the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want to ask you to come over here. It was really, interesting and inspiring speech. No. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's have a little bit of discussion. Maybe you have some questions for her, maybe some details that you were curious about,
I was curious about your time spent in USA. How did you get there? How did you get to the point that you were working there, and why did you come back here?
Yeah, it was on my first year when I was studying at the university. It was just a summer job, something like work and travel, but in the company. Yeah, it's called Southwestern Advantage. I got recruited and had gone through some coachings and trainings, and then I did the job. Yeah. Any other question?
Yes, sure.
So you finished bachelor's degree in mathematics, and I wanted to just for the future generation, like advise, like what kind of path would you recommend to go? What kind of paths are open for those who studied math?
Well, there are so many paths you could choose after finishing math. As I said, you could choose finance or software engineering, data science. Data science, I think, is, like, for me, a good path to choose after finishing math. And it's very kind of cool. Yeah.
I don't have a question. I just it's more of a feedback. First thing, I think you should be really proud that you did this speech, because you mentioned it's the first time, and it already proves your point, your presentation itself, that you don't need to overthink and you just need to go for it. So that's the first thing that, I'm just giving you this like virtual hug over here. And second thing is that like the topic itself is very important, especially in the world of that we live in Kazakhstan. Like a lot of women actually meet the same problem, that we think a lot and there's a lot of pressure, and a lot of times I think majority of women cannot really make a decision because there is a lot of choices, and it's like a dilemma of having a choice actually, So thanks for bringing that up. It's really important, and I really hope that your journey is gonna, continue, and you're gonna succeed in whatever you're gonna choose end up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, as well. Thank you for sharing your life path. I think a lot of people who are going out of university expect a lot out of life, but they meet the reality. So thank you for sharing as well your story. I was wondering, so you said in the end that you went to product management, and how did you decide to go there, and what was the factor that led? And by the way, where do you work as a product manager?
Okay. How did I decide what?
To work, you said that you work in product management.
Product management. Yeah. Yes, right now.
How did you decide to go there? Because I didn't quite catch. You worked in the US as in this business fellowship program.
Sales manager, yeah.
And then you came back here and started product management. Is it the best or was?
Yes, I have started working as a product manager at Astana Group. It has been 2 years. Yes. It's something that really connects tech job, so project management. It's also, I don't know, at first I was just applying for everything. And then just got an offer, and I really liked this path. Yeah. Yes.
Hey, the question has been asked here that how did you choose, but my question is more why? Why did you choose a project management path? Because you have an incline to the more mathematics and physics science. If, for example, I'll be you, I'll become one of the AI researchers, but I don't have this natural incline to the math.
Okay.
So the question is why? Why did you choose PMP path instead of going to the science?
Okay. Well, I was also thinking like I could do data science, and that's something that just kind of smarter people do, and it's kind of something prestigious in the world of IT. Like project manager or product manager is not something like doesn't sound that good. But I guess because of my background in business and sales, connecting with people, that's something that I enjoyed more. Like instead of just sitting and always analyzing data. And product management also includes data analysis. I guess I have chosen it because it connects everything, a little bit of everything. Yeah.
I just wanted to thank you for your beautiful presentation. It's really nice presentation, visuals, and you.
Thank you.
I liked your mind map that you created for every path you might have chosen. My question is very simple regarding your experience in marketplace. Like, what was the product that you were like showing there? What did give you 10 millions? Like, do you still sometimes maybe work in that sphere?
With items? No.
Yeah, what kind of product was?
I was selling Christmas trees. I was also selling some codes, toys and stuff. What helped me to get really successful in that business is that I was always analyzing data. I got all the data about the revenue, about all the niches, like how many customers are there, how many products. And I could find some niches where you could earn a lot of money, and that doesn't have many competitors. And I was so like freelancing and selling my skills about reports about these niches for people who couldn't decide what to sell. Yeah.
Okay, Aruzhan, thank you so much. And here's your connection details if you are willing to connect with her. You're so like gentle and petite, but yet you are so powerful, you know, human. So thank you so much. Give it applause, please. Our second speaker, a man whose friends still tease him about his rap career back in university. And honestly, if anyone asks for a freestyle later, we'll support it. He loves every Christopher Nolan movie because complexity, structure, and clever twists resonate with him. And also, here's a small fact about him. He knows 6 languages, and his goal is actually 10 languages. It's about like 10 perspectives, 10 walls, and 10 ways to express the unheard. Please welcome a new graduate, Gani Kassymov. He's an Nazarbayev University graduate. So, yeah, please welcome.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I didn't prepare a presentation. Yeah, so let me start from a small introduction of me. Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for the invitation. I'm so happy to be here between other alumni of my lovely university. To be honest, I didn't know that there are such events once a month, so thank you again. My name is Gani. I'm 29. I graduated NU in 2019. Little introduction of me, a little background. I'm from Karaganda. I graduated Kazakh-Turkish Lyceum, and then I was a chemistry Olympiad student, and I entered NU to Cambio foundation year. Then I started bachelor's in chemistry. Then I decided to move to economics, which is super common, I think, because it was more social. Then I started my career from Big Four in KPMG in audit. Then I continued this path in finance. I worked in quasi-state company. Then I moved to investments. I worked in also quasi-state, but private equity fund. And 3 years ago, I moved here to Almaty. So I'm glad that the topic is quite flexible. It's just kind of a discussion because the topic is Voices Unheard, and I was thinking like, what does it mean? And there is my own understanding. So I understood it like stories. I don't want to say successful stories because I don't think I succeeded in something that well. But if I was invited here for this topic, then maybe I've achieved something, right? So in my case, it's going to be an unusual story. And my point is that the definition of success is individual for everyone, right? I think I'm going through the path that I was dreaming of, and I would like to share it. So I want to start from the story story of my life at university. So Honestly, I didn't study well. My GPA is so low. And when I think about my university time, all the memories are about playing football. As Aruzhan said before, I used to rap, so I was performing in different events and playing a lot of football. And the community, of course. I mean, the community in NU, it's super cool, and it's something that I'm still proud of and trying to be involved too. So, as I said, these two things, playing football, sports, and music, were the things I was really excited by. I felt a lot of enthusiasm about that. I spent a lot of time like trainings. With my classmates from high school, we had a team. We did pretty well. We played in, also I played for university team. We played a lot of different tournaments, won most of them. But I'm from, how to say, from a simple family. My parents are not that wealthy, so I think there's a common thing for such people that you choose a more practical path. We can discuss it later if you think differently, but I think that's the case. And knowing that I have some, I don't know, talent, skills, I chose a more practical way. I never thought of sports or music as my professional career path. So I decided to go by finance, but I was always thinking about this. Like, I spend so much time watching football, playing, analyzing, reading news and everything. There should be some use, and I was one day one idea came to my mind that. I wanted to be, for example, football player, right? And it was too unrealistic. It was too far, but at least I can be closer to, I don't know, to this industry, to some particular cities or countries I dreamt of. So, and I shared this idea with my university friend. His name is Almaty, maybe you know. And he was like, man, that's a great idea. Why don't you follow this dream? Like, yeah, you can work, for example, for finance, but like in a popular football team or, I don't know, international organization. And you should, I personally forgot this idea because it was crazy even for me, but he used to reminding me, like, you should follow your dream. You should try this one. It's a cool idea. And then I moved to Almaty, and I now work for a venture capital firm. We invest in startups, in different IT companies, and we had our first fund here. And as an expansion plan, our shareholders decided to expand to Europe, to move there, and we chose Spain as our target country. And we have actually launched our new fund in Madrid this March, and now working on this new fund, but we have some difficulties with documents, which is why I'm here. And I was like, wow. Like, I barely didn't do anything to, I don't know, it wasn't my decision, right? But I came up in a city which I was dreaming of, at least just visiting, but now I'm going to live there, work there, and to be closer to my favorite football team. And yeah, that's my small story. And what I wanted to say. My point is that never give up dreaming. Even the thoughts, the ideas, they sometimes, you know, come true. And there are always different ways to achieve your dreams. If you cannot become a, I don't know, popular artist, there are some other ways to be closer to this industry, to this, I don't know, atmosphere, vibe, community, and etc. And that's my case. I don't know, I was thinking of something else, but it's also my first time speaking in English, at least. So, yeah, that's my story. And what I understood while listening to Aruzhan, this format it's like flexible, free, like to discuss everything. So I would like to, maybe if you have any questions, I would like to discuss with you. I mean, I think that's the point of the event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gani. So let's have a little bit of discussion. As always, you have a question?
Do you still dream connecting your profession at some point to football?
Yes, thank you. That's the point I was thinking about. I was planning to also talk about this. Yes, I still do. And in my current company where I work, we have plans, and we actually have, it's not football, but futsal team already in Kazakhstan, Semey Futsal Club, maybe you know. And we are planning to do the same in Spain, to maybe buy another different football clubs, existing ones, or incorporate a new one. And also, accidentally, my main boss, our main shareholder, he is also a big fan of Real Madrid, which is my favorite team. So part of our plans is to connect to Real Madrid and, you know, to find some synergies, collaborate in something, because we have a lot of ideas, initiatives in sports. And I think what I wanted to say that I'm still living this dream. I'm getting closer and closer, and maybe someday, I don't know in what format or type, but I'm gonna be even closer. So yes, answering your question, yes, I still do dream. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
I'm going to reflect again, but then I'm going to ask a question. I like the idea when you said that you just ended up there, like you didn't have to, like, as you think maybe, that you didn't have to like rip yourself off to end up there, but it was still your dream place. And sometimes that's how we think, that like we didn't do much, but we ended up in a place that is our dream. But I'm sure you did very hard work to maybe not end up there, but overall, you know, to be where you are right now. So big applause for that. And second thing is, I'm just curious why in Europe, you mentioned the stakeholders or the shareholders, they decided to actually go to Spain. I also studied in Spain, and it's my, like, it's just really something that I'm passionate about. So that's why it's like very interesting for me, why Spain?
Actually, that's a very popular question for me, because we talk to a lot of people, a lot of other venture capital firms, other partners, and everyone is asking, like, why Spain? So many countries, so many cities, and you choose Spain. So there are different factors. I honestly did my research. I was like responsible for the analysis of these different cities and countries where we can launch our new venture fund. And Spain was one of the countries with great potential, which was not realized yet. Yeah, and there were, at that moment, there were different like governmental programs for startups and venture funds. Yeah, and for example, if you compare to London, Berlin, Paris, they are overcrowded. I mean, in terms of venture capital firms, and there were more potential in Spain. And besides of that, it's also a very good country to live in. You know, the climate. Mainly our shareholder loves Spain. He was like, "Whoa, you said Spain? Let's go." I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it was kind of like that. So yeah, so there are professional factors, there are personal factors, and I guess that's it. I guess that's enough to to make such decision. So. Yeah, and very interesting to discuss with you why Spain? Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Sure. Gani, how many languages? You said 6. Like, what are those languages? Spanish?
Yeah. So there are 6 languages. It's my native Kazakh, Russian, English. It's Turkish because of Kazakh-Turkish Lyceum. It's Spanish now. I'm still learning, but we've been traveling a lot to Spain, and we even lived several months there. So I can now talk to Spanish people, and which is more important, I can understand them because they speak so quick, so fast. And the 6th one is related to my where I was born. I was actually born in Uzbekistan, so I lived some time of my childhood there. So I know, and I still have like my grandmother. She's like 85, and I still travel there. And yeah, that's the 6th one. And I would love to learn more. I actually. Like started in Duolingo. So I would like to learn Portuguese because it's also like one of the popular languages, and we have a lot of like in common. I mean, in terms of the work with Portugal. I don't know, French, German. We will see. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thus, thank you so much. It was Gani Kassymov. Please, applause. Okay, our third speaker, someone whose optimism is so consistent that her group mates actually engraved her title as Miss Optimism. Her guilty pleasure is chocolate ice cream, the classic cure for everything. And while many people don't know this, she's a tailings engineer, a profession that's essential, technical, and not always actually visible, but incredibly meaningful. Her bucket list item is actually to attend a red carpet event, you know, someday. So we hope this dream come true. Please welcome Nazarbayev University alumni Altynay Bekmurat.
So Okay, good evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for creating the space where the stories that usually don't fit into the classic narrative of success stories can be spoken out loud. Yeah, my name is Altynay. I will be presenting today. It's all right. I think we can put this button and go ahead. No, I will do this. It's okay. Okay, understood. My name is Altynay. Yeah. I am a graduate of Civil Engineering Department. I studied also right after my university, I chose to go back to university. But there was the first cohort of mining engineers to be studying. So I got my master's degree in 2019. I will go deeply into what tailings engineer actually mean, but in general, today I want to talk about voices unheard. This topic reminds me not the present time marginalized groups or some other experience that we actually face, but mostly I want to broaden this topic to the timeline. So stretching it to the timeline, it's about people who have passed away and for those who haven't yet born. So this is a conversation across generations. We now live in a world that we inherited, that we didn't build. And there will be people for whom we are building this world. And in between those two, we are like a bridge, connecting this missing link. If we lose that link, if we will get forgotten that we are some part of the bigger picture, I think it will be a loss of cultural, ecological, but most of all, it will be irreversible. So start from the reflection. I can maybe start from the time when I was a little baby. I don't know, I was born in a time when just a baby starts getting a solid food, and then it can be taken away from the mother who are breastfeeding, and the mother can go to work, and the baby can be raised up by the relatives. In my case, it was my grandparents. And there is no worry, I was getting back reunited to my family, and my nuclear family. But the point I'm making is that I had very good connections to my grandparents, and I have seen how their world, their understanding, their reality was a survival mode. And their progress was like, let the next winter be easier than the last one. They were taking care of the land, they were trying to do the food security for us. What about the parents? They were trying to be in this industrial growth, like they wanted to be providers to whatever we have on our table. They didn't think much about the consequences, maybe they thought, but they more cared about now. And here we are today, together in this room, or in general in this world. We are living the life of transition between these two systems, like that we will create, and the one that we already have. But also, I also want to mention regarding the globalization that we now know different languages. We no longer, we just not speak only our natural language. We just don't speak in our neighbor's language, but also speak the language that here we are having the event even in English, and most of us understand. Next one that I want to mention is the generation that will come after us. Children that will be born nowadays. I hope they will have a planetary awareness of the system. They will be more adaptive. They will create the world which is more ecologically sustainable. And if we have such hopes, maybe they will also fulfill it in certain days. But what I want to say in here is every generation had its truth. Every generation had its missing piece. So we cannot say that separate era has its own ideas. We can see in the whole, in the picture as a whole. I will be talking about my tailings engineering perspective because it is a profession that actually give me this idea. And I'm putting my high visibility jacket just to be in this mode. Ребята, вы можете сюда присесть. The profession that I'm currently having, tailings, nothing has to have to do with farmers. It's not about the tails. It's related to mining. When we extract the minerals, we get the ore out of the earth, and to that ore to become the gold or the copper or the mineral that we know about, it needs to go through the processing, and in these big plants. And extracting the good one, we have the, not bad, but the waste. Where to put that waste? And here comes Altynay engineer. They will build the dams, and in that dams, those waste will be stored. And the story of that waste storage facilities is that it should be standing as stable for 10,000 of years. It's written in our legislations that even after mine is closed, long everyone is gone, it should be still stable. So as a Altynay engineer, I work with documentations. I work with reports that were built by the engineers who were long before I joined to this industry. Even maybe long before I was born. So I have to deal with their errors. I have to deal with their understanding of the view of the world. And I have to also understand if there was something missing in their reports. So we just inherit beautiful things, land, resources, but other than that, we inherit not only positive things, but the pollution, unstable structures, and this idea of stability, which is not always true, might be true. It's an illusion. But other than that, resource can be not only tangible, it's not something that you can see, feel, touch. It is something like a worldview, something that you get as a cultural code, as like something that you can think about around. And this kind of resources, we need to also understand value and start thinking about it, like where is this perspective came from? And the particular silence that I want to mention is if some reports are missing for those dams, or if they did some kind of error and didn't report on it, and we have to later deal with it and maybe repeat the mistakes, which will be very painful. And some standards that we have currently was built on the blood of those people who have maybe injured or died in some accidents. So we need to study carefully for those standards, follow them thoroughly. So if we start becoming silent about this, we can lose that memory. And this memory actually is a piece of wisdom that we need to understand. I know that this, what I'm trying to today deliver is a little bit different approach than living here and now. This is really good motto to live now, but we also need to understand the voices of those who already passed. They had their understanding of the story, they cultivated it as they understood or they were told to. But currently we have these records, and we know that land is, that land remembers everything. And the other kind of voices that we don't hear is the voices of that future generation. They cannot speak now, today, because we haven't yet born, they haven't yet born. They will live in these choices that we are making today. And they cannot judge us, or they cannot thank us, but they will have to be the part of the world that we are creating today. Currently, we are like a bridge between what happened and what will be happening, what will be before and after. So I'm trying to reframe the inclusion right now and here, not saying that identity is like gender or profession or age, because that all things matter. But we also need to include not the horizontal space, but also make it a vertical, saying about yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I want to close my presentation with this wisdom that we usually hear. It's "Жер атадан мирас, ұрпаққа аманат." And may we be good inheritors, may we be good ancestors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Altynay, for the presentation and for the speech. Now, anyone has questions for her? Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, Altynay. I think this is a very interesting interpretation of the topic of the day. I think a really important question for our country, especially because almost every region in our country has this problem with ecology. There is not a region, I think, in Kazakhstan that doesn't have any problems from the past. So basically, you're working now for engineering company, as I understood, right? And what do the current engineering companies in Kazakhstan try to address the voices of those who are not born? Because it seems like not all of them are doing it, and how can they do this to prevent the future ecological failures?
Thank you for the question. It's really interesting topic to discover. If we are talking in general in Kazakhstan, I think we just started to implement some new initiatives regarding the ESG. It's ecology, societal, and the governance. And this concept will be integrated not only to the mining industries or civil engineering industries, it will be integrated throughout the whole different approaches, like to be more ecological. I don't work especially for industry, I work for the consultancy. So we work for industry, like as a whole, like a B2B business. And in our departments, I can see that every project has an ecological component on it. So hopefully it will be implemented, like not in a governmental level. We, I think, changed the code for ecology recently. So that will be affecting to the regulations. And we currently, for example, if I just will tell the truth regarding the TSFs, we don't have, even in our university, we don't have separate department who will be, let's say, graduating as a tailings engineers. But it's something that you will learn from the practices. And if we will report and truthfully, like transparently of our experiences, we can pass it through the, if not us, maybe to the next generation, but more concise format, more true format.
Thank you very much for such a great presentation. You explained this topic very deep because my understanding was totally different. And yeah, my question is, can you please elaborate a little more about your current work? What kind of company, what kind of consultancy is it? And do you personally try to pass this point of your today's speech in your work to, I mean, to companies, to people, to your clients, and etc.?
Thank you, Gani. I work for the company called SRK Consulting. My company is a branch of a company in UK, and it is worldwide. Around 50 countries has its branches, its own. So when I work for the project, I can connect to the people who are sitting in Australia or South America. Like I can connect and that solves the problems, which will also give us an opportunity of this time period because they can work when we are not working. So it's solutions are faster, solutions are more reviewed. We have different levels of quality assurance. In regards to your second, the first question is really big to answer. We work for the mining companies, but it's not only for the mining companies, but companies that need geotechnical support. As I am a geotechnical engineer, because as I said, tailings is not like separate. They don't have a title for tailings, but that's the main buildings that structures that we are working with. For your second question, actually, the topic of this came only maybe last week and we have certain
opportunity to speak about this in our workplace. Maybe I will use that opportunity, and this will be one of the topics of our Friday discussions, because we also have arena, we can talk about this. So we are not only focused on just profit, we want to have certain values that can be transparent to the clients, to even between our workers.
Any other questions? Yes, sure.
Thanks for the speech. The question is, you as a consultant in this ECG issues, do you have any projects that you can tell this type of stories to the younger generations? Because my children in the school are non-stop talking and telling me already, you are destroying the planet we're gonna live. 7-year-old boy. So I'm interested in having something like this type of, talkings in the schools, for example, maybe any type of projects like this as a consultant company can, do volunteering in the schools, for example. Thanks.
Thank you very much for this suggestion. I will try to pass through to my management. For now, I was today in the open house day of Almaty, and I was trying to arrange the sort of industry and academic relations, and I think we should start from the kindergarten.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for the presentation, for an amazing message. I think like all of the speakers are bringing up very socially crucial topics, and it's amazing that we're gonna leave this room with a lot of deep thoughts. I just want to answer this question because I also work as a consultant, but it's more of a cultural sector. It's not as deep as what you do. But the thing is, with consulting, you do a lot of research, you do suggest a lot of things, but the management really is going to do what is beneficial for them. So it's not an easy and fast thing to do, unfortunately. So I do understand, it's a tough spot that you're in, and you do have your own beliefs. You want to spread the message, but at the same time, you're not a decision maker. So I just want to wish you to be the one in the future who really does change the world in a way that you believe in. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, Leila. I will try to, just in general, create this awareness of even my profession, even what my thoughts are on this topic, because being here was maybe one of the first steps, and we can elaborate it in the future. Regarding the making decisions, yes, we also have such kind of shareholder system, which makes me as one of the shareholders, but it's a very small vote that I can afford right now, but hopefully it will be accumulated. And as a tailings, we can see that all that waste will not go anywhere. It will be accumulated over the time. So as the same kind of way, we'll be building the experiences that will be accumulated. Hopefully I can get higher titles and I can make the right decisions when I will get those titles.
Thank you so much, Altynay, for presentation. Give it applause again, please. Так, наш специальный гость Renat Isirailov. Извиняюсь. So hard to say. Наш специальный гость Renat Isirailov. Правильно, пожалуйста. Извиняюсь. Это гость у нас блогер с аудиторией больше 15-16 миллионов человек. Вот. Но за кадром, знаете, у него есть факты, которые не все знают. Например, Он говорит, со мной блогеры редко хотят коллабиться, потому что он говорит, что он жуткий перфекционист. Может один 15-секундный ролик снимать там 2-3 часа, там, делать 1000 дублей и выбирать только один дубль. Вот. Еще Ренат не ест огурцы с детства. В детстве он работал в поле, и когда огурцы созревали, это была единственная еда на весь день, с утра до вечера только они. С тех пор точка огурцы для него табу сейчас. Еще у него есть скрытый талант. Он может создавать фигуры, движения пальцами, которые выглядят нереально и всегда удивляют людей. Вот у нас такой специальный гость сегодня с 16 миллионов подписчиками. Поэтому, пожалуйста, welcome, Ренат.
Я бы хотел провести сессию в формате интерактива. Поэтому, если будут вопросы, можете задавать. Давайте для начала расскажу, наверное, о себе. Думаю, у вас потом возникнут вопросы. Сенсорные, да? Нет? Ага, понял. Окей. Так, как вы любите, это английский язык. Я заметил. Вот, хотел бы немного о себе рассказать. Меня зовут Ренат. Родился 29 октября 2000 года. Я сам из города Петропавловск. Поэтому я говорю на русском. Вы понимаете, да? Самый север, самый холодный город в Казахстане. Вот. Сам я с рабочего поселка, и, наверное, у вас возникнет парочку вопросов, как у меня получилось добиться определенного результата и выйти из этого с рабочего поселка, да, условно, где зарплата средняя в основном 60 тысяч тенге. Вот. Был такой момент, я сам танцор, я профессиональный танцор, занимаюсь танцами с 3 лет, то есть это уже получается почти 22 года. И долгое время я занимался этим, и у меня была определенная цель. Может, вы знаете про шоу талантов по миру, который проходит Год Таланты? У меня была цель получить золотую кнопку. Однажды в детстве я купил себе диск, вот по рынку просто проходил, и там, знаете, в коробках лежали по 200 тенге диски продавались, которые никому не нужны, вот распродажа просто. Я нашел этот диск, купил какой-то пиратский диск с выступлениями танцоров на Год Таланте. Включил, пошел домой, включил DVD и увидел, как они танцуют, и тоже захотел себе это. Особенно, вот знаете, да, кнопку Golden Buzzer называется. Golden Buzzer. Нажимаешь и проходишь финал сразу. Вот, и мне хотелось этот вайб ощутить, когда золотой конфетти на тебя падает. И жалко, жалко, что тут фото, я не вставил, конечно, на самом деле. Вот, и я эту мечту осуществил только спустя 15 лет. То есть где-то лет 19, 5 лет это у меня пришла цель, 15 лет я к нему шел. Это была самая моя долгая цель. Вот, я этого добился, все-таки меня пригласили. Я начал танцевать, тренировался, и случайно в Инстаграме увидели, через хэштеги нашли мой ролик, и меня пригласили 4-м человеком в команду, и мы забрали золотую кнопку на Romania Got Talent, шоу талантов в Румынии. Вот, после чего я должен был полететь в финал, и в финале мы не полетели, потому что объявился карантин. В феврале 2020 года всеми любимый карантин, и я застрял в стране Кыргызстан. Меня не впускали в Казахстан. Границы были закрыты, я там жил полгода у друзей в студиях, где-то там, мне друзья ночью приносили покушать. Слава богу, был хотя бы Wi-Fi в студии танцевальной. И в этот момент я как раз таки интересно стало снимать ролики. То есть мне просто делать было нечего. Ну-ка, поснимаю я тиктоки, да, условно. Это было в начале 2020 года. И поставил себе цель, что хочу себе 1 миллион подписчиков. Эту цель я выполнил, кстати, за 21 день. После чего меня пригласили Yellow House, может, знаете, да, топ-1 хаус в мире. Мы стали спустя какое-то время. Мы собрались 6-ром, вот это мы, 6-ром. Опа, так можно оказаться. Вот, наверное, знаете девочку Хомяк, она топ-1 тиктокер в СНГ, у нее более 50 миллионов. Скажем так, мы все начинали с нуля, мы все это поднялись, мы стали топ-1 в мире, и, к сожалению, мы разошлись спустя 2-3 года, потому что нам уже не по 16, не по 15 лет, да, условно. Вот. Ну, это как раз таки про шоу талантов Romania Got Talent. Вот, в ТикТоке у меня 16 миллионов. Ну, возможно, вы видели мои ролики, создавал много трендов. В чем была суть? В том, что, почему я персонist, да, говорил то, что я снимаю очень долго ролики. Я пытаюсь разработать свои тренды и пытаюсь их как-то влить именно не казахстанский ТикТок, а выйти именно в международный ТикТок. Может быть, слышали про походку на месте, когда на месте ходишь, кадры такие, и ты ходишь на месте. Да, этот тренд создал я. Он был популярен по всему миру в 2021-2022 году. И я пытался его еще дорабатывать, чтобы удержать его популярность еще дольше. То есть ролики в среднем набирали у меня туда по 20-30. Тренд походка. Походка на месте. Не, на самом деле, это создается иллюзия. Понятное дело, что я стою на месте, но многие думали, что я хожу по дорожке вот этой беговой. На самом деле у меня не было. То есть ты просто стоишь на месте, берешь кадр по колено и двигаешься. И ощущение создается с человека, что ты ходишь на месте. Вот. Это иллюзия, некая иллюзия. Тоже, кстати, с танца взята. Чтобы вы поняли, эту презентацию я скидывал для своих международных клиентов, брендов. Я не успел подготовиться, у меня работы много. Это мой Инстаграм. Я его не совсем развиваю, если честно, но вот как-то так. Также хотел бы обсудить именно YouTube. Вы, наверное, слышали про YouTube, что YouTube — это самая крутая платформа, которая может блогеру оплачивать. То есть монетизация там очень крутая и очень хорошая. Учитывая то, что в YouTube у меня аудитория… Так, ладно. Аудитория в основном взрослая и в основном американская. То есть вы, наверное, понимаете, да, что американская аудитория ценится дороже, чем остальная аудитория, поэтому за 1000 просмотров американской аудитории мне платят намного больше. То есть условно в среднем $6000 монетизация приходит в месяц. Нет, это в общем у меня на аккаунте. Всегда по-разному, если честно, это в творческой студии в Ютубе, там расписано. Она дешевле стоит, казахстанская аудитория. Ну, точных деталей не могу сказать условно, но если американская аудитория может стоить $1, да, условно, 1000 просмотров, то казахстанская 0,01. Скорее всего так, но скорее всего YouTube он включает же, ну мне приходит монетизация с шортсов, YouTube шортсов. Я не снимаю длинные ролики, я просто перекладываю свои ролики с TikTok и YouTube шортс. Вот, и скорее всего из-за рекламы, потому что реклама в Америке стоит дороже, именно даже если брать Target, даже если брать остальную рекламу, которую… И понятное дело, что в Казахстане намного дешевле. То есть казахстанская аудитория, YouTube сам зарабатывает меньше, потому что экономика более слабая, к сожалению. Вот. Это мои контакты. Кстати, по поводу этого. Я забросил танцы, ушел в блогерство. В данный момент я забросил блогерство, потому что я уже добился определенных результатов, и мне это стало попросту неинтересно. Потому что 3 миллиона в Ютубе, я вообще хотел 1 миллион только. И сейчас у меня идет новая цель. В данный момент я открыл свое агентство инфлюенс-агентство в данный момент. И мы уже разрабатываем IT-продукт именно в сфере инфлюенс-маркетинга. Может быть, вы слышали о продукте Perfluence или BeHype казахстанский? Вы, наверное, знаете, как тяжело работать брендом с блогерами, именно с инфлюенсерами, да, условно. Но бренды это очень сильно любят, потому что именно инфлюенсеры дают продукту доверие, условно, от обычных граждан, условно. Вот, но с блогерами очень тяжело работать, потому что они безответственные, они факапят очень сильно по всем моментам, даже дедлайнам, постоянно жалуются и высокомерные, да, условно. Если еще брать подростков, это еще x2, можно сказать, хуже. Вот, и поэтому, чтобы облегчить эту работу, мы решили это автоматизировать. То есть создать продукт, где в пару кликов бренд может кинуть запрос, найти нужного блогера, кинуть ему запрос, блогер принимает, и также там автоматизировали все процессы, условно и бухгалтерские, и юридические, все вопросы там автоматизированы, и также аналитику бренд может получать сразу же в реальном времени. Этот продукт у нас в разработке, не MVP. Я хочу сразу выпустить идеальный продукт, так как у меня уже есть свои частные инвесторы. То есть я не нуждаюсь в, скажем так, в раундах, вот эти, то, что там стартаперы делают. Просто вы тоже на меня смотрите. Да, на вид мне кажется, что лет 16, на самом деле я очень старый. Да. Я закончил универ 4 года назад. На экономиста, если кому-то интересно. Вот. Нет, конечно, нет. Я на английском разговаривал. Вот. Я закончил Туран University. Астана, ребята, Астана. Вот. Если есть вопросы, можете задать. В принципе, могу рассказать вам более подробно. Типа того, да. Да, кстати, если бы я знал, что здесь, оказывается, есть 4-курсники, да? Нету? Кто? А, выпускники. А выпускники даже те, кто заканчивают, нет? Это же не 4-й курс разве? А, уже выпустились. Ну, тогда, если будете искать работу, если тут… Я хотел позвать своего HR, если бы я знал, что тут будут студенты, которые выпустились или которые выпускаются, я бы, конечно, взял с собой своего HR, потому что сейчас у нас, наверное, вы знаете, в Казахстане кадровый голод на многие позиции. Поэтому всегда можно будет обсудить. Вот контакты вы видите. Вот, можете написать на почту, либо по номеру. Скажу честно, у меня есть такая позиция, то что у меня есть определенная цель, и если эту цель выполняю, к тому же перевыполняю, она становится прям максимально неинтересной. То есть я перестал танцевать после того, как я выполнил свою цель, Golden Bass на шоу талантов. У меня была цель в блогерстве сделать 1 миллион, я сделал 10 миллионов, уже скучно стало. То есть я могу продолжать зарабатывать, особенно в блогерстве, вы, наверное, знаете, какие там огромные гонорары бывают. Но я бы хотел, ну, если я не хочу всю жизнь сниматься, я не хочу всю жизнь показывать людям свою жизнь, да, условно, все свои моменты, каждую секунду. И это немного уже устал от этого за 5 лет. Вот, и поэтому я решил сделать какой-то продукт, наверное, вы знаете, да, что эти продукты могут жить. То есть даже если я буду, там, не знаю, мне будет 50 лет, я не смогу даже встать с кровати, я все равно буду зарабатывать. То есть цель в стабильности, наверное, в стабильности больше. В этом плане, если про финансы говорить. Вот. Ну, конечно, в моменте я могу с блогерства больше зарабатывать, нежели с агентством. У меня есть CTO-шник, который занимается самим продуктом. То есть я лицо этого продукта, и я сам придумал эту идею. И все фичи, которые мы добавим в дальнейшем, это все мои идеи, которые доп. Фичи. Вот. Она осталось его покрасить, да, скажем так. Но уже есть. У нас есть база и блогеров, большая база блогеров, более 500 макро- и мегаблогеров, и более 6000 микроблогеров. И также у нас уже есть своя база клиентов, брендов, крупных FMCG, Enterprise сегментов. Да? Знаете, вот, например, приложение «Крыша», KZ, да, условно. Когда вы ищете себе квартиру, например, в аренду, вы заходите и подбираете, условно. Да. Но я бы хотел, на самом деле, туда, то, что мы сейчас дорабатываем, хотел бы туда яишку добавить, чтобы полностью облегчить работу, чтобы, грубо говоря, бренд заходил, точнее, сотрудник бренда, например, какой-нибудь байер или аккаунт-менеджер Coca-Cola, заходил, вбивал все, что им нужно, нужная им аудитория, нужный им город, гео, локацию, и это автоматически выдавало количество там блогеров, которые подойдут из нашей базы, подойдут под их рекламную интеграцию. Есть в СНГ самый крупный, это как раз таки Perfluence. Это российский продукт. Основатель продал его Сбербанку за 6 миллиардов рублей и уехал в Латинскую Америку двигать это же продукт там. Вот, и они сейчас залетают на Центральную Азию, Perfluence. И как раз таки ко мне приходили и хотели забрать мою базу блогеров. И, конечно же, сделать так, чтобы я работал с ними и получал какой-то там мини-кусочек. Но я отказался от этого полгода назад, и поэтому на самом деле не вижу смысла. Потому что Perfluence продукт мне очень сильно не нравится. Они говорят о том, что у них автоматизированы все процессы, но сами лично при встрече мне сказали, что у них автоматизирована только аналитика. А я бы хотел всю работу автоматизировать, чтобы ни блогер, ни бренд лишний раз, у них не было всяких там моментов с бухгалтерией, связанных с финансами и так далее. Вот. Я бы хотел автоматизировать все процессы, не только. Вот, по поводу вашего платформы я не слышал, кстати, вот то, что вы сказали. Бульба? Я знаю, Бихайп у нас казахстанский был, в Астахабе стоял, но да, вот там. Возможно, кстати, инвестором, насчет моего продукта, возможно, инвестором залетит Рамиль Мухаряпов, если знаете. Рамиль. Да, мы с ним вот познакомились. Да, Чоко Холдинг. Он очень крутой, на самом деле. Первое, это будет IT-платформа для B2B, то есть для клиентов, и также будет отдельное приложение в Play Market и в App Store для блогеров. То есть для самих блогеров. По поводу CTO, скажу, это был адский труд, потому что их постоянно менял. Были российские айтишники, была команда из Казахстана, которая работала, кстати, с Рамилем Мухаряповым, они были в Мост-хабе, но в итоге мы с ними не сработались, не договорились, условно. И я нашел себе одного CTO-шника очень крутого, который уже создавал, у него есть уже свой бизнес, он сам основатель, он сам разработчик и сам все эти делает процессы, он сделал программатик-платформу, если знаете, что такое программатик-платформа. Программатик, да, в маркетинге. То, что вы смотрите фильмы, когда вот на сайтах, и когда вот эта бесячая реклама появляется на 15 секунд, вот эта реклама, это делает программатик-платформа, да. Да, он уже, в смысле, на этом зарабатывает. По сути, он, можно сказать, и предприниматель. Вот, но ему стало скучно, и он говорит, давай я с вами поработаю, я хочу тоже заняться инфлюенс-маркетингом. Вот, и, конечно, под опционы я с ним договорился на данный момент. Как-то так. Честно, вы, наверное, сами знаете, что медиасфера, она такая не совсем чистая, и постоянно происходят какие-то моменты определенные. Там, я могу где-то ошибиться, и это будет обсуждаться всем народом, и меня там заканцелят, закроют, и повлияет условно на другие мои источники дохода, может быть. То есть есть, конечно, у блогеров свои минусы, свои плюсы тоже есть, но в целом это в данный момент мне не особо сильно подходит. Я бы, наверное, снимал бы, когда бы это было мне интересно, либо когда бы я сам бы этого хотел, а не для того, чтобы поддерживать охваты, поддерживать там количество подписчиков, увеличивать и так далее. Не ради денег я бы хотел снимать, а ради себя. А какой вопрос был? Честно, мне не особо нравится. Мне не особо нравится, потому что я, в принципе, с ними не коллаблюсь ни с кем. Я люблю снимать ролики определенные танцевальные. А вы, наверное, видели, да, танцы в ТикТоке, как выглядят не совсем те танцы, которые я танцую на самом деле. Поэтому у меня, да, паппинг. Рэнди паппинг, поэтому Рэнди паппинг называется аккаунт. Паппинг это там все есть. То есть, типа паппинг это, и робот, и Майкл Джексон танцевал паппинг. Его тренером был, его преподом был основатель паппинга у Майкла Джексона. То есть очень много стилей входит, очень крутой стиль, самый сложный считается из всех танцевальных стилей. Вот, поэтому танцуйте. Вот, есть еще вопросы? Бренд, который я хотел бы рекламировать? Честно, я поработал со многими брендами, мировыми тоже, и с Пандорой, там, с Кока-Колой, с Пепси, со всеми уже буквально поработал. С Samsung был амбассадором полгода, лицом Samsung, этих раскладушек, может видеть. Вот, но кем бы... Вот мечта, честно скажу, я обожаю фьюсти со вкусом ромашки. Я хотел бы быть амбассадором именно этого фьюсти, и чтобы мне домой поставляли там по 20 тысяч бутылок. Да, я им писал, они не отвечают мне. Мне уже Adidas официально с немецкий ответил, а фьюсти Казахстан не отвечает мне. Да, честно, нет, Кола у нас, Кола она лежит, Кола принадлежит уже 3-й год одному агентству. Вообще, по идее, я об этом не могу говорить. Но, по сути, я не могу, короче. Там свои маркетинговые. Пожалуйста. Блин, могу, да, прямо говорить? На самом деле я лет с 10 работаю. У меня мама работала на рынке, торговала этими каких-то постельными комплектами. Вот, и я к ней тоже приходил, и, также она халатами торговала для бабушек, знаете, вот такие вот цветочками. Вот эти вот, раньше были, может, вы сейчас не видели. И я приходил к ней, и я ей помогал ей продавать. Она часто уходила, там, условно, за товарами и так далее. Я это продавал, и мне нравилось. Мне нравилось считать деньги, наличные особенно, хотя сейчас вообще наличные не держу. Вот, и мне нравилось сам процесс, это удовольствие, когда ты продал человеку и получил свою маржу. Вот получил прибыль. Я такой думал, вот это я гений в детстве еще. Вот, и потом начал продавать кроссовки, олдскулы, когда Vans олдскулы стали популярны. Я их покупал в оптовке у узбеков за 1000 тенге и продавал за 1800 в местах получше, да, скажем. А за аренду там платил 6000 тенге в сутки. То есть я это все рассчитывал еще лет в 15-16, и мне это нравилось. В 17 лет я участвовал в Менун Арманым, стартап Болашак, если знаете, от Болашак. Менун Арманым назывался. И как раз выступал тогда с продуктом доставки продуктов. Продуктов, еды и так далее, со всех стран. То есть, грубо говоря, на тот момент у нас не было ни Глова, ни Вольт, ни Яндекс Еды, тем более у нас не было. Я вам больше скажу, этого даже не было в России. В тот период это было в Америке. Я чуть-чуть у них слезал идею, нашел эту идею, скажем так, И скопировал, улучшил, адаптировал. И хотел сделать для рынка Казахстана, дошел до полуфинала, но меня кикнули. Вот, и я ушел танцевать, да. Вот, ну, да. Ничего не было. Мы снимали, монтировали, все делали сами. Единственное, что у нас был продюсерский центр, они предоставляли нам еду и аренду самого коттеджа, да, условно. Вот. Больше, наверное, такие моменты. Больше менеджерские моменты закрывала продюсерский центр. Все остальное мы делали сами. Вплоть сами придумали идеи, сами креативили, сами снимали, сами монтировали. И вот как-то так. У нас была цель, да, я не знаю, какая цель была у наших продюсеров, но у нас, ребят, была цель выбиться в Голливуд. Но нас не отпустили. Да? По сути, мы выбились, у нас очень много американской аудитории было, мы просто туда не полетели. Я целюсь с самого начала. Ребята просто не хотели жить с родителями, некоторые, на самом деле. То есть никто не понимал, никто не знал, что продукт будет, то есть сама команда будет очень популярной. То есть изначально это было просто как стартап, да, назовем его так, в творческой сфере. Наверное, мистер Бист, если брать YouTube. Вот, но он очень грамотно распоряжается своими деньгами, то есть он зарабатывает на блогерстве, на монетизации, вкладывает обратно там, в свои продукты, Feastables и так далее. То есть для меня это человек, который идеально остался блогером, делает свою работу как блогер, но при этом уходит и в бизнесовую часть. И очень плавно, красиво. То есть Prime, да, еще энергетика у него. Он самый крутой блогер для меня, мне кажется. Да, я тоже не понимаю, потому что мы с ним случайно встретились в Индии в прошлом году. Я понимаю, что, я буквально с ним 5 секунд просто поздоровались, и он ушел. Вот, потому что у него все расписано. То есть ролики, которые он снимает, которые сейчас выпускаются, он снимает за месяца-два и параллельно снимается в нескольких роликах. Он просто, я не понимаю, как так можно жить вообще. Типа, я поэтому, наверное, ушел из блогерства. Он гениален, да. Да, в этом плане он гениален. Я считаю, что он топчик. Все?
Okay, today we heard 4 very different stories, yet they all echoed the same truth. Unheard voices are never truly silent. They're just waiting for the right moment, the right audience, and the right courage to finally be heard. Thank you to our speakers today for sharing a piece of themselves today with us. And all of you listening, connecting, and being part of the community. And we want to thank the speakers and ask you to come to the stage, please. For speakers, because we have presents for you from the Nazarbayev University and the Nazarbayev Intellectual Schools Foundation. Renat will help us to give you presents, please. Give it applause, please. Okay, you can take a sip. So also, I want before we finish to make one group photo when I will finish speaking. And also, if you take like any photos or videos, please like share on your socials and tag our page so that more our students, more alumni knows and hears about the event. Because the next event is gonna be on December, at the end of the December. So, yes. So, thank you all and see you at the next Alumni Talks.